Hi, my name's Chloe, and I'm going to be talking about lifespan development and how we grow and change physically, cognitively, and emotionally over time, from birth to old age. Um, so lifespan development is the study of how we change over time in three main areas: physically, cognitively, and psychosocially. And these don't stop ever. But what causes these changes and why do they happen? Physical development refers to how our bodies grow and change over time from infancy to adulthood. And this refers to anything from brain development, muscle growth, and sensory abilities. Cognitive development is our thinking, our problem solving, and learning abilities. This is where they evolve. So an example of this would be a young child. They're gonna notice that if they push a toy, it's gonna move. And so they just understand that complex idea. Or another one would be the concept of math. We're gonna learn that over time. Psychosocial development deals with our relationships and our social skills. So think about our attachment with our parents, and being able to communicate with adults. So development can happen in two different ways: continuous or discontinuous. So continuous means that it happens gradually over time. So gradually we're going to get better at problem solving, and that's not just going to happen from birth. That's just not something that we're born with. Discontinuous, on the other hand, is a stage or a change. So when a child begins to walk instead of crawl, that would be discontinuous. Speaking of stages, cognitive development also involves something called schemata, and this is the mental frameworks in which we understand the world and we kind of categorize certain things. So a child, for example, might have a schema of a dog. So a dog is fluffy, has 4 legs, it barks. So we're going to put it in the category of a dog. They might see a sheep and be like, oh, that's a dog too. But they're going to understand that that's not a dog and that's a sheep. So they're going to put it in a different category. So let's touch on the concepts a little bit of the critical period. Critical period is a time in which certain skills or abilities must be developed. So if a child doesn't learn language during this critical period, their language and their ability to talk, they're going to struggle with that later in life because they didn't learn that in their critical period. Finally, attachment is an essential part of psychosocial development. If you don't have a good relationship, a loving relationship with your parents, you might struggle with sharing your emotions or even social skills as you grow up. Another example of this is the attachment that we have with our parents or child might have with a caregiver. So to sum it up,